I'm ChosenArchitect, and this is FTB Genesis. Now, I've heard from you guys, and you guys want to see exploration, and I definitely want to explore as well. There's a few things, though, before we go exploring that I do want to get finished up, and that is bee production. But I promise you, we are going to explore the wasteland today, and I'm pretty excited, actually, for that. Now, last episode, what we ended up doing was getting our bees produced, and we got some bees done, but now we actually get to create our bees, and that's the process that I want to go through and try to make some bees and get a setup going for the bees that I'm going to want. Now, I did find out that the powered centrifuge uses, even when it has max upgrades for speed, it's going to use about 256 RF per tick, roughly. And that is when it is fully upgraded and it has max speed. So, and that is just, however, for the powered, because we do not have access to the higher tier centrifuge just yet. But some of the big things that I want to get set up is the lumber bee. This is amazing. And then also the quarry bee. So if we can get a lumber bee and a quarry bee, that is going to be awesome. That basically is a tree farm, and it is a stone or gravel or really any like block that you can mine underground. It's a farm for it. And I'm going to show you how to set it up. Also, one cool thing in the latest update, we can now see the mana in the pool. Oh, it's so good to see it visually. Now, we also discovered that we can go ahead and make gene samples, and these are all of the genes that we have access to. So I have them listed over here, and to be able to make them, they all go into the metallurgy confuser with a very specific item. And the UU matter that we have crafted, we actually get quite a bit of it. We get 10 uses from one UU matter. As you see right here, I'm starting to produce some lumber bees. But what we should be able to do is, even if we produce one of these, we should be able to combine UU matter with it to duplicate it. So I can do that with the quarry bee. So if I use an elemental pickaxe, this is going to do its process. It's going to complete that, and I should be able to use some of this UU matter to duplicate that bee. Now, here's the fun part. I've got to come up with a design for this. So I do want 5 of these, but let's see, can we duplicate this? Yes, now I have another quarry bee, and it's going to utilize all of that UU matter. So that's pretty cool, because I want a total of 5 of each. So what I want is 5 of the lumber bees, and then I want 5 of the quarry bees. And I'm going to show you how that's going to be set up. Now, there's also some other bees that I'm going to set up besides this, but these are what I would call definitely the most important. Boy, this area is super dangerous. I can't wait to get out of here because there's just so many mobs. But yes, in here, all we do is combine a treat, for example, with the actual sample, such as this, for example, for getting ourselves a quarry bee. And then we put that inside the bee incubator. Now, once we get this spawn egg, such as this lumber bee, what we're going to want to do is place it into the world and then use the high-end honey treat to make sure it is the highest productivity and everything like that, which is really nice. Which is really good because we don't really have access to productivity upgrades just yet, aside from the ones that we got given in our quest. So that is going to be very, very helpful, considering the only 2 we get are these right here. And I really don't know what to use these on just yet. It'll probably be pick and choose whatever we need the most of at the time. But instead, we're just going to place them in and hopefully get 5 per beehive. So there we go. This is how we get ourselves a spawn egg. So let's go ahead and get back into productive bees just a little bit. I'm going to make several bee cages. These bee cages are going to be incredibly helpful. Even though they're one-time use, they're really useful for placing the bees inside the hives here. And let's go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and spawn this in, and then we'll use our honey treat. So this is going to be on a lumber bee, and then we'll use the honey treat, and then we'll pick the bee up. And now inside of this cage, we should see that we have a maxed out lumber bee. So now I've cleared out a little area over here. And the way I want this to work is I want to have advanced beehives that are lined up just like this. And we're going to do 5 of them. And then we'll do 5 over here in the exact same format. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we'll end up having is some cables that run across the top. And we will lead them into a centrifuge. It's going to go right here. And then we'll also have another centrifuge that'll be over here that'll be associated with these. So directly adjacent, we'll have this right here. And in between, what we're going to do is we're going to set up the feeding slabs. And the feeding slab has 3 slots. So what we can do is actually utilize these feeding slabs for multiple hives. Now, this is where all of the magic happens. So I have my beehive set up and I have my simulator upgrades inside, allowing it to utilize this feeding slab that's down below. And what we can do specifically with our lumber and also our quarry bees is we can tell it what blocks to actually spawn, but it is going to require a very specific upgrade in order for this to not be a pain, because by default it will produce these chips and we want it to produce blocks. So this is where the upgrade blocks are going to come into play. And so all I need to do is just assign this one side. I'm going to assign this to the lumber bees, and let's go ahead and put the chip upgrade inside of these. This is going to turn it into blocks. And we'll get this all done for the lumber ones, and then we'll work on the quarry. The quarry is the exact same way. But all we have to do is place in our lumber bee. And right now there's nothing in here just yet telling the lumber bee what to produce. And I don't know if you, I don't think it will work if you don't put anything here. So it's something to keep in mind. But I'm going to put one bee per hive. The idea would be to have these entire things filled with lumber bees, but that'll be something we'll have to work on in the future. But for now, what I can do is on this slab, I can just put the log that I want. So all of these individual types, these bees will actually generate these logs, including the living ones. So that's something that I want. I want it's basically a tree farm without having a tree farm. Now, the same thing is going to happen for the quarry bees. I have the block upgrades now inside here. And this is going to be a way that we can actually get deep slate, because this has been a pain up until this point because of the way that you get it via the calcite into deep slate. So we can now just simply farm it and gravel, and also do sand and actually blocks of clay, believe it or not. So we now have the ability to farm all of these individual blocks here. And the goal is to feed them all into this barrel. And just look, this is how this is going to produce this. This has done produce the 6 logs. This has produced 6 logs. And look at that, dream logs and also living logs. So yes, they have the ability to produce it. And what I want to do is extract from the top using mechanisms logistic cables. Now I just need to set all of these to the extract mode, just like so. And that's going to extract to a barrel, which I'm going to lead into my applied energistic system. And so for this, it doesn't have to be processed. It's just going to produce the wood and the blocks, and that'll go straight in the system. Now for this, however, these are going to be for all of the individual bee types. And so this will give me 10 different bee types that I can sort of mix and match here. And that can be obsidian bees, ender bees, which will give us ender pearls. We have emerald bee, which is going to be a lot cheaper to make than the essence, as you just need a single block of emerald. The glowing bee, pink bee, which I'm going to talk about in a second. We'll end up getting gas tiers, some compressed iron, plastic. All of these things can be farmed from bees. But the combs need to be processed in a centrifuge. And so I'm going to use some wireless power for this. Now I've got to get these powered up before I start putting anything else in here. And I did adjust my power just a little bit. So what I've done is I've utilized the fluid that we have here, which is the gasoline. And unfortunately we can't burn kerosene for some reason, but I am burning off the diesel, and I'm utilizing that here. So I have the same setup where we're just sending it to the tank, and then the tank itself is sending into the combustion. And that is just going to feed into more power, essentially giving us more power for what we're about to set up. So I'm going to place my cards in here, and that is going to give both of my centrifuge plenty of power. They only need, like I said, 256 or so RF per tick, even when they're max upgraded, from what I had tested in a test world. And I was able to use data screens to be able to see that from RF tools. So it does seem like that is the case here. And now all we got to do is just get the bees in and make sure they have their bee block. Now, a couple of these bees do require some obscure recipes, such as the ender bee, which is going to need instone, which we can actually make right now via UU matter. So we have instone production done. And there's a couple of other ones that are going to be a little bit weird, like the pink slime. And for that, it's going to require a pink slime bucket. And to get this, it does show a bottling machine, but I believe that we can just fill it up in a melter and we can feed it pink slime. You may be wondering, well, how do you get pink slime? Pink slime you can actually get in the pressurized chamber with UU matter and 4 regular slime. So I just melted up some of that pink slime, and well, can we pick it up out of here? That is the question. We may actually need a bottler in order to get it out. Nope, you can just put it inside the solidification chamber and bucket it out of the solidification chamber. That actually works. So another strange recipe is going to be for the ender bee. We can get this because we do have UU matter to make chorus fruit, because the actual thing that the bee needs is going to be a chorus flower. And to be able to get a chorus flower, we need to use our Botania to convert a popped chorus fruit, which is just a smelted chorus flower. This is working perfect. We now have our combs that are being produced, and I'm able to put 2 different types of bees in here. So long as you give them the items that they need, I have them all fit right into this side. And I still haven't even filled out all of these hives. The only thing I put over here is the pink one, because this actually gives us liquid pink slime. And I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do with this. It has built up in here, and I need this importer to technically put this into some sort of storage. Just haven't figured that out just yet. Now I think for storing the pink slime, I could just go ahead and do like a tank here, and then do a storage bus on the bottom, and we'll say pink slime, right? And we should be able to drag this in to lock that in place. And as soon as we hook this together, that should give our importer now a place to store that fluid. And now it should automatically drain into here. That is, well, until this becomes backed up and then there's nowhere else for it to go. Then we should probably figure out how to avoid excess. Well, I think I know a way to actually trash this as well. So let's get some cables. And what I'll use is a fluid trash can for this particular trashing. And we'll use a storage bus for this too. But what we're going to say is set the priority low. We want the priority to be lower than everything else. So the way it tries to put it in here first. And if it can't, it will then try to store the fluid in here. And then we'll be sure to specify the exact fluid. So we'll say pink slime in this as well. And we can add any other fluids later on down the road if we get more. And that should work perfect. So we just connect this in. And now with that being a lower priority, it should only try to ever send the pink slime when this tank is filled. Before I go out and adventure, because that's what we're about to do, I'm going to go ahead and make a feeding upgrade. I think this is going to be very helpful, and we should be able to upgrade it to the advanced so we can control how much we actually eat and when we actually eat. So it's pretty cool. By default, I think it is one of the best settings. It's going to try its best to conserve the food and only eat when we need to eat. And then we can actually tell it to only allow specific things. So for example, bread, I'm going to say only eat bread. And now if I get hurt, it will decide to eat. But if I haven't received any damage, it's going to take a little bit of time before it's going to let my hunger bar go down. And then it will consume the food at the appropriate time. Oh, that's going to be really nice. Now I'm also charging up my pants before we head out. And we're about to go on an adventure. You also may have noticed that I lost a little bit of experience, and that's because I re-enchanted some of these things to try and get some better enchants on them. So we do have some more protection on our gear here, and we ended up getting holding on 2 pieces, which is really nice, and some projectile protection, which is going to be handy on our helmet, just to save us from those pesky skeletons. So I think with this, we're ready to go off on an adventure. Oh boy. Now, I have loaded up quite a bit of the area here. Quite a bit has been explored, but we can definitely explore more. There's tons of facilities out here, and it seems like some of these are haunted. For example, I think this area is haunted and will warn me that I'm in a haunted area. But you guys have definitely told me, Chosen, you need to go exploring more, and so that's what I'm doing. We're checking out the area and seeing what all we can find out here. Tell you what, that's an easy chest to get to. Is there going to be anything in it? Ooh, a broken magnet. So there's trinkets. Oh, so we can actually find some really nice trinkets by doing this. Okay, I see why I should go exploring. Oh gosh. By the way, I just took a lot of damage from that guy. Holy smokes. Yep, we're going to have to be very careful as well. There's a chest right here as well. Oh. And chroma shard. So yes, definitely worth going out here, I think. Oh, there's a roach. That scared the far out of me. There's a cockroach. Oh, man. Look at him. I've got to try and catch him in a jar. Come here. Hold shift. Okay, I got him in a jar. Okay, we should be good. Yeah, I'm 100% naming this roach Joe from Joe's apartment. That's what we're doing. This one is going to be named Joe, 100%. Man, there's just chests everywhere, it seems like. Like, surely we could just, yeah, we should just be able to loot. Maybe we'll get more of these trinkets. That's kind of what I'm after, I'm hoping for. Nope, don't blow up the chest. Come on now. There we go. Oh, that's an empty one. That's okay though. This is so interesting though. There's like, so there's this underwater area here, right? and we have access to it. Like, I don't quite understand fully. Oh, it's access to the underground rail system. But there's these rooms that have stuff in them. Like, I'm confused. I don't even know oh, there's a bunch of spawners. I have no idea what this is like all used for, but it's so cool looking down here. This must have been from their old infrastructure that they had built out. I'm still so surprised they didn't make it. Man, with all of this that they had built, you'd have thought that the past people who had tried to inhabit this area would have made it. I mean, this place looks like a full-scale, like, kitchen, like they had a whole restaurant in a mall here. I mean, this is straight up a mega city. I mean, there's a ton of buildings here. Oh, here's another open chest. Can access it. Ooh, we just get some golden apples here. Nothing too crazy. There's an entire bridge that goes through this mountain. What? I'm hoping some of these chests have some better loot. Ooh, this has some AE stuff in it. And some music discs. Ooh, I've got to hurry out of here, but I did find some other trinket. I don't know what this is. Dragon's Eye. Okay. The enemies will perish. You spot hostile mobs within 15 blocks of you. Oh. So we can see mobs. Oh. No, that, yeah, I don't, I don't think that's what I needed. That gave us blindness. Okay. Not good. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. Is this a nether structure? What is this? There's just a huge tower. Okay, and it does appear like, is this a battle tower? Wait, what do we have going on here? The harder father mod. Harder farther mod. You know what? Oh, we can punch it. Oh, I punched it and they broke. Okay. It does have stuff in here. Repairs items in your offhand. I'm kind of scared to like go through this. I don't know what. Oh, ooh. I don't really know what to expect coming out of this though. We should be able to handle a lot of the hits for most of the mobs. What are these blocks? So the harder farther mod is what this is from. I was looking at the items. There's a life heart and some dead bushes. Am I supposed to be able to mine up through here and use, I don't know what I'm supposed to be using. I'll try to use the blocks that exist here. There's another hole right there. I probably shouldn't break them because that leads into some trouble. Like, it seems like, you know what I could do? Because I can see where these are at. Could we cheese it? By like doing this little trick right here, where we basically fly with the blocks that we have and we fly into the chest areas. I don't know. I don't really know what this is, but I'm glad that there's like other things out here. So yeah, I'm really glad there's like other blocks. Nope. I'm trying to land on these blocks. That is not working out so well. Okay, I landed. Oh, that creeper definitely blew that up. Oh, okay. We're taking a little bit of damage. There's a chest. Let's grab and go. Okay. We're grabbing and going. Grabbing and going. I don't know what I just grabbed, but that seemed like some good loot. I will take it. So what did we actually get? Oh, we got a fragile cloud, which we did make one of these. And we also got some spicy coal, apparently. Interesting. And then we got nuke virus. You know what? I almost wonder if this lava right here was supposed to flood the walls. Like, I feel like this was supposed to maybe flood the sides of the building, but didn't for some reason. I don't know. It seems like that should be what it does, but it didn't. I'm gonna try and go for this block that's up here. Ooh, I'm waiting for the creepers to explode. Okay, creepers did not explode. And yes, more things. Also this, okay. You get a discount from villager trades. Interesting. There's also another thing up here. Can I get to it? That's the thing. Ooh, I'm trying my best. The creepers seem like they can just completely wreck all of these blocks. Let's try. Okay, we seem to be relatively safe here. I'm sure we're not safe here though. Ooh, there's more loot though. More loot. Yes, I will take it all. Okay, I think I'm good here. I think I'm good. I have looted just about everything there is. Ooh, this chest has like thermal evaporation blocks and acceleration cards. I'll always take acceleration cards. I also just found a chest that had improved seed enhancers, the 15 by 15 ones that automatically upgraded to that. Ooh, okay, so yes, there are tons of chests out here that have some pretty nice loot. I find these little notice boards kind of funny. Nothing here but monsters. Yeah, that probably means that there is probably nothing here but monsters. I don't know why the prior us would lie to our current us. Or would they? Would they have something to hide? I still don't know. I'm still a little bit iffy on that one. It's really hard to know who to trust, you know? All right, let's see. Sometimes there's some goodies in this. Ooh. Yeah, these chests are really great to find as well. I'm gonna take all of this stuff. These roads are so cool. It's like if I'm flying on the right side of the road. Oh, man. Man, these zombies have like 50 plus health. They have a lot of health. And the skeletons. I just want the ones in that chest. Let me through. Oh my god, there's a snake. What in the world? Okay, I'm out of here. I was not ready for a snake. That scared me so much. No, thank you. I'm not getting paid enough to handle all the snakes. I'm just not. Okay, so I didn't know this, but apparently there's more than the... Whoa, hold on. Oh, did I just find a vault? Another one? Oh, there's waves of enemies. I don't like this. There's invaders. Okay, but there's cactus out here. There's actually tons of sand. I didn't know there was more than just a wasteland. I didn't know there was more of these. What? No way this is a good idea going in here, though. I'm bound to just be annihilated. I see the mobs. I can see the mobs. Oh, no. But, hey, these are actually some mobs that... Okay. These are some interesting mobs here. Look at all the portals that are spawning. Oh, my God. Oh, there's so much happening down there. No way. Oh, my gosh. How is that even going to be possible? I'm sure we'll figure that out later on. I don't think I'm supposed to be here right now. I have a feeling about that. This place does look epic, though. Oh, man. It's taking every ounce of energy I have to not want to explore this. Because look right back there. There's a lever back there. Would that initiate this stopping? I don't know. Oh, man. There's like so much. It's so laggy because of the mobs. I noticed there's plants growing back here. There's so much. But also, there's a lot happening right here. Oh, man. Just wave after wave of mobs. Oh, it's so good. I'm so excited for this. Well, I guess it's time to go back into my seed vault. I really like that yellow one, though. That is so cool. Now, we can't forget, we've got to place down Joe. Joe Mama. No, I'm just kidding. It is Joe from Joe's apartment. But yes, we now have Joe the cockroach. There we go. He's forever entombed in this jar. Well, I mean, out of all of that adventuring, there's quite a bit of loot that is there to be found, for sure. Tons of gunpowder. We got some of these odd and end trinkets, and I don't know if these have like other uses. For example, this one says you get discounts from villagers and trades, only unequipable after 0 minutes. And it gives you hunger as a side effect. So this is pretty cool. And then this one right here, cushions. So this is like fall damage prevention. I'll probably end up using that one for sure. But it was also used in a craft for my nature seeds. I had actually crafted this thing. So you can actually go out and find it. And I'm still kind of curious what this harder further mod is all about. Harder farther mod. I'm kind of interested in this. This is a stone, apparently repairs items in your offhand. That's what I'm interested about. And then this is a broken magnet, and it looks like it is used to make a super magnet. So yes, some of these things are used in crafting other things. So honestly, what a day today has been. I've had an absolute blast, explored, and have some new things to look forward to, especially those seed vaults. That looks pretty darn cool. Now, next episode, we're definitely going to be diving into some new stuff. That's right, unlocking some more storage areas that are going to give us access to an interesting way to farm mobs. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video a huge thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and it's now time to thank the amazing supporter of today's episode. And that amazing thanks is going to go out to Red Leader. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your amazing support, by the way, over on the Discord, becoming a Discord premium member and supporting in one of the best ways possible. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.